Good morning. I'm curious. How are you guys doing today? It's 11 o'clock on Monday morning here in Durham. And I had an experience recently where I got to talk with a friend about how to listen to your body when you're trying to make important decisions. And I'm curious how well that works for you, um, and what your day is doing for you today. So here's what happened. Friend of mine was approached by a university about helping to set up a certificate program. He had like 35 years experience in the industry, so it made sense. And he'd gone to two interviews, and they were looking to set up the third interview. And in his mind, he's like, well, this makes sense. I'm curious. I should explore this more. But as he approached the third interview, he's like, why am I so resistant to this? Why am I so reluctant? What the hell's going on? Because it makes sense. I should talk to them. It's, I'm not a bad fit. What's going on here? Well, he and I got to talking, and I said, what's going on sort of here? I said, because it sounds like you've got a disconnect somewhere. Like your brain is saying one thing, but another part of you is saying something else. And as he tuned into this, he's like, yeah, I'm really not comfortable with this. And tuning into his body gave him the clarity of, yeah, my body is actually saying something different than my head is saying. And then we talked it through a lot more, and we were able to kind of suss out exactly what was going on and why his body was reacting so differently than his head. And he gained clarity about why this was a problem for him, and he decided not to go on with the third interview. And he figured out how to write an email to them explaining why and where he would like to be involved with them again and what he might be able to do for them instead of what they were interviewing him for. This happens to us a lot in business decisions. The brain is all like, yes, it adds up. The numbers look good. Yes, 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 yes. And the body's like, so if you're getting something other than complete agreement between here and here, you need to step back, because your brain will sometimes lie to you. Your brain can be convinced to do things that aren't necessarily good for you because your brain is about data. But good business decisions are about more than data. They're about you. So when I tell people to clue into what their bodies are saying, I specifically mean between the collarbone and the pubic bone, or between the collarbone and your belly button, whichever is more comfortable for you, and really bring your attention into that space, get all warm and fuzzy there, and then say, here's the decision. And notice in that first split second, what does your body say? Is it even a yes, no? Does it pop up an image? What is that image? And you got to pay attention in the first boom, first second, because your brain will jump in real quick and go, here's what I think, here's what I think, here's what I think, because your brain's just like that. So you got to pay real strong attention to your very first millisecond reactions and then go, okay, what was that? What's my body telling me? Can I pull that out and put it into words, or pull that out and put it into an image for me? And how does that compare with what my brain is saying? Because I got to tell you, folks, if there's a real disconnect between your brain is saying one thing and your body saying something else, your body ultimately is going to win, because it's responding to the deeper parts of who you actually are, um, who your emotions, your psychology, your childhood, all of it. Like I said, brain is data driven. That's great. But this is all of you. This is you, not just data, you. And if they're in alignment, move forward because you got a good match. But when you've got a disconnect, listen, what is this saying? Because this part is so deeply rooted also into your emotional and psychological life that it will sabotage you if you are really going down a path that this does not agree with. This is deep, this is strong, this is rooted. And we all know the value of the body. We all know the wisdom that is inherently in the body. It's not just so much dumb tissue. It's alive. Had you ever had a situation where your mind and your body, your brain and your body were at odds with each other? Maybe you were, maybe you, like my friend, were interviewing for a job. And the brain said, yep, 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 ticks all the boxes. But something in you said, mm. Now, sometimes that may be fear. Sometimes it may be, I'm not good enough. So you need to get to know this space so that you hear when it's talking truth to you. And for me, I really feel it like right around the belly button. That's where I feel what my body is telling me. You may feel it higher. You may feel it somewhere entirely different in your body. But for most of us, it happens, down the torso. It may be, like I said, a job interview. It may be an invitation to teach. It may be an opportunity to move. It may be a business opportunity that looks good financially, but maybe isn't in line with how you understand your mission, how you understand kind of the purpose of your practice. In which case, that's a really important time to both go back and look at your mission and go, okay, how far out of line is this with what I said I wanted to do and where I wanted to go? But also listen to what all of this is telling you. Because if this is saying, yeah, okay, this is a little out of line, but it'd still be good for us, then that's not a bad decision. But if somebody's offering you an opportunity, and especially if the money looks good, boy, can our brain get all lit up for the money. I don't blame it. Money is nice, but the brain can be distracted by money. You need to listen to what's going on down here as well. Because this is a whole new level of truth that we all need to be listening to if we want to make better business decisions. I've been offered some opportunities that I went ahead and took because the money looked good, and they didn't last, or I didn't last because it wasn't actually something I enjoyed, and it wasn't a good fit for me. So not listening to my body has almost always been a bad idea. Tempting at times to just listen to the brain, because damn, the brain is loud. The brain is pushy. The brain is quite certain that it knows best, but it doesn't always. We are a whole being, and we need to listen to all of us, especially in business decisions, and even more special in money decisions. And in opportunities that come, and the first thing that lights you up is the money. That is a really important time to go, what does the rest of me think about this? Because loves the money. I love money too, which is why I have to be careful not to be drawn away into something that's not good for me. Because in the long run, the money's rarely worth something that's just a bad idea. Okay, those are my thoughts for today. I'm wondering if that's ever happened to you, that you have either made a decision where you didn't listen to your body and went on to regret it, listened to your body and turned something down, and how did that go for you? Or you're kind of new to the idea of engaging your gut, your instinct, your body in your business decisions. Does that seem like a new idea? Whatever it is, go ahead and drop your story or your thoughts on this into the comments section. Because I'd really like to know, what do you think about this? What's your experience with this? And if this is a new thought to you, or you've got a situation where maybe your body and your head are fighting with each other, and you just need to talk it through with somebody, drop me a line. You and I will talk, and we'll sort out what's going on. And that's what I have to offer for you for today. I'm curious what you think about all of this and what your experience is, and if I can help you in any way with that. But otherwise, I hope that Monday is the beginning of a great week for you. And if you're one of those people who works through the weekend, so Monday is your Friday, hey, welcome to your weekend. And I will be back on Friday at 11 a.m. to talk about something else. Don't know what yet. But I'll let you know on Thursday what I'm going to talk about on Friday. Everyone take really good care of themselves. And take care of that body that's telling you so much good stuff. And I will see you on Friday. Take care.